you can't have a Monday without some hardcore wrestling, that's for sure. What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Underdog Plays, and this is the Undercard, Season 8, Episode 13, Hardcore Monday. This is a very important episode for a few reasons. We are in the back half, reaching towards the end of the season. There's only 2 premium live events left, and one of them is the season finale coming up in only about 3 weeks. So that means we have to have this episode. Let's take a look at the card. We're going to find out the future, and we're going to look at who may be in the next premium live event and who might be future champions / contenders right here. We're going to open up the show with the bottom 2 women wrestlers on the rankings. It's Brooke Tessmacher versus Zelina Vega. Then we have the Aussie assassin Bronson returning for some action against Quinton Rampage Jackson. Then we've got Dante from Devil May Cry versus Ronald McDonald. Dante coming off of a big victory. This one is going to be one of those fantasy matches you can only see right here on this show. Then we've got tag team action underway as AOP coming off of a big win, facing Edge and Lita, who are coming off of a big win, and this might technically be a number 1 contender match, depending on the result. We're going to have to see what happens later on in the show for that. But stay tuned, because Mileena will face off against Nakano. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen both of those, and they're going to face each other right here today. And then we've got the Joker versus Damian Priest, hoping to get themselves to the next step up in the rankings. And then, of course, in our main event, it is the number 1 contender for the Undercard Championship. It is Al Snow, the hardcore icon, screaming, help me, carrying around the head and moppy and everything else, going up against Luke Cage, former Undercard champion. Obviously, the winner will face Shao Kahn at Rage in the Cage 3 next week. It's going to be a hell of a show, and so is this. Let's get started. Enough of me talking. Let's start wrestling.
Fight.
Thank you for joining me. We've got Brooke Tessmacher and Zelina Vega at the bottom of the rankings, and they're both looking for a desperate win here with not a whole lot of time left in the season to get to that coveted finale. And I don't think there's enough time left for them to have a title shot, but we got to honor the rules, and we got to honor these ladies right here into the corner. Nice reversal kick to the midsection there by Brooke Tessmacher and a headlock takeover. And we're sponsored now because this is it's episode 13, and technically a year has passed here in our Fire promoter. So King's Play Sports. Buy your sports. And don't forget Thick Rick. You want to snap into a Slim Jim? What about a Thick Rick? Don't forget one of those nice head scissors there by Zelina Vega. I can't believe we got Thick Rick, dude. Scoop slam there. Action right here in the women's division. No better way to start off your Monday than with some hardcore wrestling. Ooh, spear missed by a mile. Good thing for Zelina, but she ran right into a suplex there by Tessmacher. A model, and a model stand-up citizen as well. Oh, someone that definitely wants to end her run here with a better record than she has. And Zelina not going to make it too easy in this matchup, I don't think. I mean, it's looking good for Tessmacher right now there in a chin lock. But we saw Zelina prove herself against Ronda Rousey recently, but she did not get the win, but she looked good in the match. And unfortunately, here in the undercard, wins and losses matter. because they determine the contenders and the champions. And there's another scoop slam there by Brooke Tessmacher, and we're trying to face each other. A nice snapmare there by Zelina Vega, the Puerto Rican princess. Oh, ducking under, nice counter with the neckbreaker. We've seen that before. She's so fast. We're always impressed with her speed, her agility, and Colonel Sanders calling for a rope break there. Been a decent referee. Every season we have a randomly generated, I guess, referee, and a kick to the midsection ends that exchange between the two here. Headlock takeover again. I think this one's in the ropes. Colonel Sanders, not the only food mascot here today. Later on, we will see Ronald McDonald in action, so stay tuned for more of that. A nice takedown there, STO style, trip the leg and work on her while you're down there. Elbows to the collarbone. That could send you home with an injury, and getting injured at this point in the season would be the end for you, because there's no time to come back. So we're really hoping at, I know these are all hardcore matches and there's no rules or anything, but we're hoping that nobody gets injured. We do encourage violence and embrace the weapons and all that nonsense, but we don't actually want anybody to be permanently injured, because then we can't see them compete again. And cover by Tessmacher, 1, 2, and Colonel Sanders said that was only a 2 count. Almost an enforced kick out, and now a leg lock here applied by Zelina. Zelina trying to represent the LWO, but ran right into a Hurricanrana there. Brooke Tessmacher's got some quickness to her, but wait a minute, head scissors. Back and forth we go to open the show. Yes, nice. Russian leg sweep there. She's a little bit stunned. Yes. Oh, face buster. Tessmacher, 1, 2, and the finisher gets it done for Tessmacher here. She does the sexy pose and she looks great. Will she have time to appear on the show again before the season is over? Only time will tell, as we're getting to the end here pretty quickly. Tessmacher is now officially at 2-3, and that puts Zelina Vega at 0-5. The only person on the roster now without a single win. I think that's the end of Zelina's run. Not the first person to end a season without a single win, but unfortunate for her. Next up, Bronson Reed versus Quinton Jackson. We got some big boys out here. We got some big boys. Big boys brawling, and Rampage coming off of a big fight with Hillbilly Jim. He was working for a knockout, didn't exactly get it, but I think Bronson Reed's going to look to knock out Rampage here right now, and falls over. Too much weight there. Bronson Reed is a big, heavy guy, and I mean, we know Rampage is strong enough to powerbomb damn near anybody else on the roster, so he definitely has the strength to deal with Bronson Reed, where a lot of characters or wrestlers maybe would struggle with the size difference. I don't think that comes into factor against Rampage. And nice takedown there. MMA-style strikes from the former UFC bantamweight champion Rampage Jackson here in the undercard for the Season of Combat. That's what Season 8 has been about this whole time. You better pay attention, because you're about to be suplexed straight on to the big-ass logo in the center of the ring. We're sponsored. We're making money. DDT. Plop ya right down on your head. Doesn't matter who you are, that's not going to be fun. couple more of those and it could be over. The Aussie assassin Bronson Reed, he's a big, dangerous guy, but also he's kind of got a strategy where he works on the head and neck of you, you know, with that brain buster, and every now and then he'll pull out that flying typhoon splash. We haven't seen too much of that here in this season, but we're going to see another suplex for sure. There we go, and it was delivered with authority by the Aussie assassin. Knocks him down with the shoulder center of the ring, stomping a mud hole in him. Got to inflict more damage because Rampage is tough, and here we go. Bronson Reed with a kick to the midsection across the ring. Hooks the leg and only gets a 2 count there in our second matchup of the day.
You bastard.
You bastard. Brainbuster! He called him a bastard and dropped him on his head. 1, 2, and that signature move that he's been ending matches with did not end this one. I think it's a little bit too early, but that brainbuster is going to be hard to shake off only 5 minutes into the match, and now Rampage going for almost a choke, using his forearm there across the neck, and back into an exchange we go. Not sure if Rampage Jackson is the person you want to be striking with as he knocked down Reed there. Rampage, a dangerous man inside any ring, wrestling or otherwise. And here in the undercard you can see characters from all forms of combat, and that's kind of what this is all about. Oh, nice arm bar. Countered the mount into an arm bar there, and had to break out of that submission before something went wrong. He could tear a rotator cuff, and boom! Big Russian hook knocks him down. Here comes maybe the typhoon, and he hits it. We haven't seen it in a long time, and he did hit it, but there was a rope break. Good positioning for Rampage Jackson on the shoulders in the corner, down to the gutbuster. And another splash there, not exactly a full typhoon, but a big splash with a lot of weight behind it nonetheless. Kick out at 2.5. Classic Fire Pro kick out. Bronson Reed taunting because he knows the end is near. He sees it, and this gutbuster is just going to wear down that midsection. After you had a big guy crash on top of you, the worst thing is more damage to the same body part and a power bomb, this time from Reed. Usually the power bombs are being delivered by Rampage Jackson. Oh, Samoan drop. And the momentum in the favor has to turn over here. Rampage, miscalculation, bad timing. Just ran back into Reed. That is not what you wanted. Splash cover. 1, 2, cooking up a fried 2.5 count. Thank you, Colonel Sanders, for that one.
You bastard.
And another brainbuster. It's all Bronson right now. It's all Bronson Reed right now. And this match could be over here at 9:20. No. Punches to the midsection. Here we go. Back to the game plan. Strike and finish. Rampage with those big, heavy hands. Big hands loaded up in the boxing, or I guess MMA gloves, either way. Swinging at you like mailboxes. And he's down now. Struggling in this match, running into another Samoan drop. Got to get out of that corner against Reed. 1, 2, and he won't even have time to get up because this one is a wrap. That was, that turned one-sided there. That was very dominant for Bronson. Next up, we have Dante versus Ronald McDonald. And I keep telling people we got like a Stargate teleporter into the multiverse or something backstage because we've got all the craziest characters you could ever imagine. But it's all themed. And Dante will take on Ronald McDonald right here. Last time we saw Dante, he pulled out those guns and went totally crazy against Damian Priest. Will we see that here against Ronald McDonald, who just delivered a scoop slam off the start of the bell? Misses the big kick off the ropes. Nothing to follow up, though. Into the corner now. Wait a minute. They're just trying to feel each other out here. Ducks under something. They're both trying to deliver a move. As Ronald went low with a kick there. Chopped to the chest by Dante. Getting poked in the eyes. Trying to keep their distance, but also trying to get organized here in this very awkward matchup that you can only see here in the undercard. Scoop slam by Ronald McDonald. Definitely a big turning point in the careers of both these guys if they get a win here. Maybe not contendership, but right underneath the top of the ranking is respectable here in the undercard with not a lot of time left. I keep saying it, but it's true. The pressure is on now. This is the point in the season where you have to win. There's no more time left. You have to win. If you want to make it to the finale, if you want to be a champion, if you want to be immortalized forever, this is what you got to do. You got to win these matches. And a nice kick to the midsection and a chop exchange between these two. And that devil may be crying because he just got chopped right between the eyes. Ronald McDonald takes an arm drag and sleeper by the devil himself. There ain't no more Happy Meals left. It's overtime, and we're cooking. Welcome to the undercard. We got referee Colonel Sanders watching on. Has not had any exchange with Ronald McDonald. And there's no pizza on the McDonald's menu. We've mentioned that before. I believe we might have seen, because I made that joke before, right? Oh, pops the caps in them. The bullets have connected. We made that joke before, so we must have had this match. I gotta look back and see what week that was, because even I'm losing track now. Listen, it's been a busy time for me, okay? I just booked the matches. I don't remember them for that long. Although I do remember last week we had one of the best main event matches in a long time. And there's a couple more kicks by Ronald McDonald. Here the action is continuing. Picks him up by that white hair. And Dante refusing to give up. Throwing him in the corner. We're going to see something big here. What's it going to be? Top rope DDT! Holy crap, and Dante's calling for more. Calling for the end. He might pull out the pistols. We could see the devil special again. Uh-oh. Chicken wing face lock. Breaks out of that. No more nuggets for you. Arm drag by Dante. The speed, the quickness, and the ability to pull out those guns makes Dante a very dangerous competitor. And the bicycle kick did not connect, but the low blow did. Ronald McDonald trying to get some offense here, but gets thrown back into the corner. Uh-oh. Jumping Hurricanrana. Nice move by Dante with the quickness and the 2 count. Barely rolled out of that one. McDonald's is the kind of place where you can take a jawbreaker of that big afro straight to your face, and then the chicken lock is locked back in. Have to get out of that chicken wing. Chops connected. It's fall. Pumpkins on the menu. But not at McDonald's. Oh boy, Pele kick connects. And it seems like Dante got up first, missed the chop, but connects some more. Dante looking good here. Spinning chop again. Ronald on his back, clown foot. Those big clown boots not going to be enough, and he's going straight to sleep here. 1, 2, and a kick out of the devil sleeper. Dante, he's got that demon inside of him, just begging to come out. Oh, devil special! That's just ketchup, kids, I swear. It's just ketchup coming out of them. Cover 1, 2. This one could be over, but no, Ronald McDonald kicks out of Dante's finisher. 10 minutes into the match, and we're just stomping on him. Chicken wing stretch.
Give up.
Submission applied, almost out of desperation for Ronald now. As the time is ticking down and the bullets are connecting to the chest of Ronald. The bullets go straight through you. Rope break. Second finisher, ineffective because of that rope break. Devil May Cutter. Dante slow to connect off of that signature, and now has to put him to sleep. But watch the legs. Ronald McDonald's got these long legs with the big clown boots, and there's no rope break in it. It's not over. I thought it was over. I really thought it was over. Ronald just throwing out strikes just to keep Dante away from him for just a moment. Says, no, kid. Playtime's over in the ball pit. And he got chopped down anyway. Dante slow to recover. Everything he's doing is taking more out of him, and take some more bullets. The Devil's special third time in the match, and it's looking like a repeat of the last time we saw Dante. Again, with the multiple gun-style finishers, the gunslinger is back. He did it to Damian. He did it to Ronald. And we're going to have to save after that one. Wow, oh wow. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, we've got some 2 tags teaming in tag team action. It's AOP versus Edge and Lita. Both teams coming off of a win. And I think we're going to have to make sure that this is technically a number 1 contender match. It has to be, because the other team's got to face each other at the next event too. So, winner of this match should face Regal and Tajiri at Rage in a Cage 3. Here we go.
Fight!
And if you don't know what I was talking about before, Rage in the Cage is a premium live event we have here in the Undercard where all the matches are inside of a steel cage, and it'll be a seasonal event where we do it on week 14. So that way it's not the finale, but it's the premium live event going into the finale. It's like the Elimination Chamber before Royal WrestleMania. You know what I mean. It's like Elimination Chamber, except it's a steel cage. Shut up. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, back to the match. Face first into the turnbuckle. Botch by the commentary. European uppercut. I meant to say WrestleMania. But there ain't no Wrestle Dreams. There's just straight up suplexes and a tag to the Hall of Famer Lita. One half of this Hall of Fame team just got booted in the face, and a double dropkick by Edge and Lita. The Rock Stars are here, and they're rocking. Big boot. Razor off the ropes. And Lita ain't going to be shy to deliver some slaps, and she ain't scared of anybody. She's a crazy chick. And AOP ain't going to be shy to hurt a little lady. We've seen that before against Luke and Leia, as AOP just been dominant lately, getting those wins. And here we go, another strike exchange between these two. Elbows and fists connecting to the face. Down goes Razor. Time to tag Edge. That was a good strategy there. Tag once somebody is knocked down, and a knee to the gut. Edge goes down, and now Lita thrown out of the way. Suplex coming. The Rated R Superstar, famous for his sexcapades with Lita. Hopefully that doesn't happen on this episode. I don't want to get banned. Elbows. Edge falls down to Akam. AOP had a short run in NXT and now are here in the undercard trying to reform that dominance. And almost that military-style guerrilla beating that they give to people. That's what they've been doing. They've just been beating people up. And you saw how fast Akam recovered from that suplex. These are big guys, and they're so tough. And now right onto the steel chair there. Lita, with chair in hand, swinging it at the corner of AOP in a double last chapter. Double maneuver. Lita had to get up. Now she gets dropped down, but a reversal with the kick. In the corner of AOP is not where you want to be. Here comes a big man running at you, but she countered with a headlock. Steel chair. Back in the grasps of Lita. I've never wanted to be the handle of a steel chair before. Oh boy. Just booted her right down. Here we go. Tag to Edge. Uh-oh. Awkward situation there for everybody. Knee to the gut. Lita has to fall down, and I believe Edge is the legal man, and now Akam should be as well, as a tag was made there in that corner. The blue corner. Fighting out of the blue corner. Big suplex by Akam. And, I mean, this match has a lot of gravity and weight behind it, too, because the winners are going to face the champions at the next Premium Live event, and then that team's going to 100% be in the finale as the tag team champions. So it could be one of these teams that we could see competing for the titles in the finale. It's 3 weeks away, but you got to think about it now. And look at this, just hammer fists across the face, and I believe Lita was busted open by those big right hands of Razor, and now she has to go toe-to-toe back with him as Edge is trying to get anything going here and just can't find anything. Oh, desperate roll-up, and not even a one count. Razor just too big, too strong, and he's doing what he can right here against Edge, which is just inflict pain and multiple injuries. One. Only a one count. Lita still bleeding there in the corner. And these are both Hall of Famers, and Edge, very familiar with a steel chair, knows how to use it and knows how to cause a lot of damage with it. Can plant you right on that chair. He could grab another chair. We could see the concerto. We could see AOP knocking him down. Backbreaker submission. And now Lita just running into the kitchen sink. Blood pouring out of her face, but that's not going to slow her down. She is a veteran. She's so experienced, in a hook of the leg in the center of the ring. 2 count in the logo. 2 count, and the blood had stained the canvas, and a chair is being swung and not connecting to anything. Almost half an hour into the show, and we are having a tag match right now. And there's a tag made to Edge. Here we go. Elbow to the back of the neck. Lita back to her feet, chopping him down. Chair in hand, and where's it gonna go? Straight to your face. Tag made, and AOP does not want to be on the other side of that steel chair, I'll tell you that. No, I don't care how tough you are. You don't want Edge swinging that at your face. It's just simple as that. Off the ropes, right into a big chop. That's going to sting your chest, make it hard to breathe. And the longer the match goes, you're already going to be breathing heavy enough. You exhaust yourself with every move you do. 1, 2. Kick out here in this, what seems to be #1 contender match. 1. Lita for the save. Delivers a drop kick, still bleeding though. Chair connects to the body of Razor. Yeah. I'm not sure if he's wearing enough body armor for that. Shoulder breaker. Lita gonna chase him back to his corner. Tag made to Akam. The authors of pain. And they got that name for a very obvious reason. Because guess what's coming? Pain! Oh, the running knee straight to the gut of Lita. Show respect for a Hall of Famer. Twist of fate! Lita connects with a big signature move. And now Edge is tagged in here. Power slam to Lita, but it doesn't matter. Edge is legal. Northern Light suplex. 1, 2. And he was barely a second away from winning the match. That was a close 2 count. And got to get back to your corner there, buddy. The wrong person was in the match, and the referee's going to lose control. Impaler DDT. Both men down for a long time, getting exhausted. Like I said, Northern Light suplex. Edge trying to put this one away, but he was too close to the corner of AOP, and they broke up the pin. Lita knocked them both down. Throws them over belly to belly. Flexing on them. Tag made. Razor back in. And the big boys are back in town, but execution is delivered. And the boot is not connecting. Abdominal stretch. And referee not even going to get involved. He doesn't want anything to do with this. Bear hug. Bear hug. You got to save Lita. They've been working on that midsection of Lita. Uh-oh. Oh! Kicked him right in the balls. Lita was a clothesline. Tag to Edge. Double elbows. Russian leg sweep. Calling for the finish. But Edge doesn't want to give up. Wait a minute. Reversal by Edge. Abdominal stretch now. Trying to get a submission win and just gets interrupted once again. AOP is on top of it. They're everywhere. And it feels like you're against an actual army when you're in there against them. They're so uniformed. And look at this. Submission, and he's blocking the way. Lita can't get involved. And Edge just has to sit there and take the damage. Tag made. Lita's been bleeding since the first couple minutes of this match, and you gotta wonder, how long can she last? You could suffer from blood loss. Oh, Lita DDT. Signature move by Lita. Clothesline. Goes to grab the chair, but wait, changes her mind and goes for the tag to Edge. Big boot connects. Chair in hand. Lita. Oh my God! She just moonsaulted across the ring. Holy shit.
Give up.
That might be the furthest moonsault I've ever seen, but it didn't connect. And now Lita with a powerbomb. How the hell was she strong enough for that? That was crazy. She targeted that moonsault, and now Edge with a crossface. Wait a minute, this match could be over. Oh no, it's not. What the hell is happening? Side rolled stunner. Edge calling for something, and he's got the chair. Oh, he just got dropped down with that Russian leg sweep. Razor stomping for the finish. 1, 2. Lita's there. And here we go. Moonsault. That time it did connect to the back of Razor. And a tag made. And Lita going up top. Wait a minute. Chair to the back of the head. It seems like they're not communicating super well, but they're doing just fine right now. Powerbomb into a jackknife. He's got to cross the ring before the kick out, but it's over. Edge and Lita with another win. Wow. Last time after the end of the match, they they delivered finishers after the bell. Let me just make a change to that because I did check the rankings. And it does seem like it'll be Edge and Lita versus Regal and Tajiri at the next Premium Live event for those belts. But also Luke and Leia versus Scorpion and Sub for a chance at the titles in the finale. So we already know the rest of our tag matches for the season, which is kind of crazy to think about. But we've still got some more matches here for you today. It's two very dangerous women going at it. It's Mileena from Mortal Kombat versus Japanese legend Bull Nakano. And we haven't seen Bull in quite a while, and honestly, it comes down to her record. She hasn't had the best record, and we have to push the people that are being dominant and successful, because the undercard is about wins and losses, and really that's carried by dominance and just complete momentum. The more you win and the more dominant you're winning, the more you get booked on the show. That's just how it is. And with 8 women on the roster, there's only time for so many matches and so many women to be showcased, but we try to do our best putting every match we can before the end of the season. And I'm not sure if these two have met up before, but I do know this is a match made in combat heaven, because Bull Nakano is nothing else other than a fighter. Nice snapmare delivered, picking Mileena up by the hair. And of course, Mileena, the daughter of our champion, Shao Kahn, not going to be able to get a title match unless she gets a win here. This could potentially determine a contender, or at least a high spot in the rankings, and maybe even a position in Rage in the Cage 3. That's oh god, the stabbing with the side! Oh! So violent. And I love it, and I'm not sure Bull Nakano's gonna be happy now that she's busted open by that weapon leg drop delivered out of anger. That's a big lady being angry, and that's not where you want to be if you're Mileena now, but Mileena's definitely not going to shy away. Inflicted by that Turcotin disease, she's a little bit of a cannibal herself. She might want to take a drink of that blood or something. Oh boy. Elbow to the leg. Elbow to the face. Back and forth we go. And again with the weapon and the stabbing. And the referee asking if Bull Nakano wants to give up there. That could have been a TKO finish. You could say I quit after that one and no one would blame you. Oh my god, Dicer! The brain Dicer glitched her out of the ring. Mileena delivers her finisher. And Bull Nakano was outside. Got sent all the way outside, and now a jumping suplex by Nakano. No one better to represent her country. But we've also got another Japanese superstar as our current #1 contender. Hikaru Shida at the top of the rankings will face Angelina Love at Rage in the Cage 3. So I think we already know what's going to happen. Or maybe we don't. Anything can happen in the world of wrestling. Look at this. Torture stretch. And had to break out of that one. Good reversal by Mileena with the kicks. And just biting. I told you she was going to take a bite out of you.
Give up.
She's a cannibal.
Give up.
She's a freak. I'm not really sure how she's biting you through the mask, but I'm not going to ask any questions. Styles clash by Mileena, but the ropes are there for Nakano. Nice rope break. Bad positioning, and she's going to deliver it again. Mileena this time trying to roll away from the ropes, but the positioning was bad again for her. Good call by referee Colonel Sanders here in the Undercard. Season 8, Episode 13, Hardcore Monday. Elbows caught her off guard. Ankle lock.
Give up.
Bending the knee.
Give up.
Mileena wants to be the empress of the undercard. Yeah! And now there's not going to be a rope break in question as she has the positioning after that Styles clash.
3.
And it's over. Wow. That was straightforward and quick. I really expected more of a fight out of Nakano on that one. But she was busted open early. And maybe she got hurt. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Next up, it's the Prince Clown himself from the DC Universe, the Joker, versus Damian Priest. And last time we saw Damian, he was full of bullet holes after his match with Dante. So I think Damian's coming in here frustrated and in need of a big win before the end of the season. So let's see what happens between these two in this matchup.
Fight.
Hey, even the losers gotta have a match here, and they're not gonna be happy that I called them losers, but here in the undercard, there's only winners and people who aren't winning. You know what I mean? Axe kick to the back of the head. Quick cover in the first 30 seconds of the match. Damian really wants this one to be over with. Obviously, you could tell right there. Elbow to the back. Priest got a very dangerous moveset, but I'm not sure if it's completely been working out for him, as his ranking is not as great as he wants it to be. And Joker just got hit by that hip toss neck breaker. Backdrop. Joker still at 1-4. And that's nothing to write home about. One of the bottom ranked people in that undercard division. Now sitting in a submission here. Have to kick out of it. Off the ropes, Joker coming at you fast, but he ducked under. Trip. Hit the trip anyway. Hip toss, neck breaker. I told you, Damian is so inventive with his moves. He just turns what would normally be a hip toss into something more dangerous, and he's coming at you with that big boot. And a cover. Joker in trouble early in this match. Misses the heel kick with those fancy shoes, but he got the cane and he tripped him up. Joker bringing out weapons, and that's going to piss off Damian because he's already had to deal with so many weapons. But this is the season of combat. Weapons are more than just allowed. They're encouraged. And a strike exchange there, falling down. Got to fight out of the corner. Sponsored by Thick Rick. That's what it says, okay? I didn't come up with it. 1, 2, kick out. I had to pick the most ridiculous one. I had to. It was there. It's like they wanted me to do it. Backdrop onto the King's Play Sports.
5 minutes gone.
Get your sporting equipment now. Oh boy, Psycho Driver. Landing face first onto the canvas and a knee to the side of Joker's head. Damian, this is very clear, his intent. He wants this one to be over. Broken arrow, signature move. He's hitting a signature move in the first couple minutes of the match. He wants to send this one home. He wants to be over with it. He doesn't even want to be here today. But Joker has showed that he's got some pretty decent endurance in these recent matches he's had. Although he hasn't got the win, he does have some impressive moments every now and then. And you never know what's going to be up his sleeve. Is that a magic card, or are you just happy to see me? Neckbreaker delivered by the Joker. Come on, Bats! Mark Hamill is not voicing him because he's busy being Luke Skywalker. Oh boy, spin kick delivered. And there it is, south of heaven. 1, 2. Oh, I thought it was over. I thought it was over after that one. And again, we got to talk about it. That could be just a normal chokeslam, but he adds the enforced impact by jumping up and sitting down. And here's the Razor's Edge! Shout out to Razor Ramon. 1, 2, rest in peace! This one's over. Damian came out with a goal in mind and made it happen. He put the thought in his head, and the thought became reality. And that won't put him in the top of the rankings, but at least he can go home with a smile on his face. And now it is time for the main event. It is another hardcore match here on Hardcore Monday, and there's nobody more hardcore than Al Snow. And it's kind of crazy to think that Al Snow is in our main event, but that's just the way it's been going. Al Snow has been winning, and if you win, you get your opportunity. And this is arguably Al Snow's biggest match of his career, I would say. Going up against former champion Luke Cage, who's basically invincible. What kind of weapons, what kind of strategy, and what kind of nonsense will Al Snow bring against Luke Cage? Number 1 contender for that Undercard Championship. Winner enters the cage next week. Here we go. This has been a fast and short episode of the Undercard, and it's all led us to this moment where Al Snow and Luke Cage exchanging blows for the first time in Season 8. And I don't know how much of a feeling out process there's going to be, but I do know Al Snow, as crazy as he acts, is secretly a really smart, intelligent wrestler. We've talked about how he trains other wrestlers because he knows what he's doing. Yeah. He's got all kinds of experience, and that experience is just going to be thrown out the window. Good God, Luke Cage with that spin again, and a dropkick by Al Snow. Luke Cage with the bracers. Sending some uppercuts and knees straight to the gut and the face, and just going to be inflicting so much damage with that super strength that he has. And Al Snow is just, well, I don't want to say he's a normal person, but he's a human being. Let's go there. I was going to call him a normal person, and then I thought about it. I was like, that is not... Al Snow, if you are not familiar, is kind of insane. And that's part of his gimmick. And it works. It works for hardcore wrestling, which is what this season has been all about. And maybe that's why he's been succeeding, because this is his playground. These are the type of matches that Al Snow understands the best. Arm drag there. Kicks him while he's down. Oh boy. Well, thanks for coming. It's been fun. Good night, everybody. Finishing F5 by Luke Cage in the first 4 minutes of the match.
2.
Oh my God. 2.5. Holy shit. That sent a message to Al Snow and everybody at home. Luke Cage with the super strength became Undercard champion with that move, and it's almost over every time. There's so much power behind everything that Power Man is doing. Luke Cage locks you up, and he just slams you down, and you're going to be writing your family a note. And you might ask for a doctor's note after this match, too. Oh, and there's some head. Some head for everybody. And a moonsault! Old school Al Snow with the moonsault, but a rope break. And a choke suplex by Luke Cage, former champion, wants to put his name back on that list. Dropkick delivered, but Al Snow wants to make history as well here, but he's got to deal with this. How do you deal with that?
Yeah.
And how do you deal with just getting picked up and manhandled? How do you counter absolute power? Even the strongest characters in the universe have struggled against Luke Cage. And what the hell did he pull out of his pants? The snowman is coming. But it's not time for winter. See you later. Uh-oh. Good night. One, two. Big suplex and another kick out by Al Snow. He's tough. We got to give him that.
Yeah.
And he's getting tossed around the giant swing.
Give up.
Signature move by Luke Cage will make anybody nauseous. And he's going for the finish, maybe? No, just a single powerbomb, and now the bracers across the face of Al Snow. He's taken a lot of damage already in this matchup. The biggest match of his career. It's all led to this moment. Uh-oh, jawbreaker. And Luke Cage would love a rematch with Shao Kahn, and he might get it after this move. Powerbomb. The bracers, he's just trying to knock him out right now.
Give up.
Just right smashing into you. And again. Relentless assault by Luke Cage, but we're in the ropes. We're in the ropes now. And Al Snow just cannot escape. He can't get away. And this match is over at 5. Good God.
1, 2.
No! Al Snow kicks out again. Al Snow. I don't know how in the hell. Wait a minute. Oh, split leg moonsault off the ropes. 1, 2. We got a match on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe I'm seeing this DDT. Al Snow is making his moment. He's making his name known.
Give up.
Being a fan of hardcore wrestling, I know what Al Snow is truly capable of, but I'm not sure Luke Cage understands what's happening. He's delivered 2 finishers and pretty much everything else in his wheel book. You know, he's brought out the pages and he's looked through them, and he's seeing Al Snow at the end. And a powerbomb, but nothing to follow up as Al Snow got the foot up there. Has to pick up Luke Cage, and now just taking him down. Wait a minute. Center of the ring. Lock up. Danger zone. Danger zone. Double powerbomb into the F5. A third finisher by Luke Cage. Former champion wants to be the next champion. Colonel Sanders with the 1, 2, and this day has seen its end. Hardcore Monday ends with Luke Cage going up against Shao Kahn in an absolutely crazy rematch. Once again, the story changes, but the characters remain the same, and we'll talk about that matchup in a second. But right now, we're going to do the recap of this episode. We opened up the show with bottom-ranking women. Brooke Tessmacher got a win over Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega ends her run at 0-5 or 0-6. Either way, it's over for her. And there's no coming back from that. There's not enough episodes. Bronson Reed gets a win over Quinton Jackson, which he definitely deserved. That turned into like a one-sided match there at the end. Dante busted a couple more caps in the ass, but this time to Ronald McDonald. Edge and Lita are now officially #1 contenders and will be facing Edge and Lita will be facing Regal and Tajiri at the next Premium Live event. And Mileena got a big victory over Bull Nakano and could be in that contendership spot. We'll have to see what happens after the next Premium Live event. And then Damian Priest and the Joker went toe-to-toe. But the Joker didn't really get anything going, and he's still at the bottom of the rankings, so it's kind of awkward for everybody, including him. And then Al Snow had his biggest match and his biggest flop, as Luke Cage was absolutely dominant, without argument. Luke Cage has been one of the most impressive competitors we've ever seen. I would put him in the top of like impressive characters we've seen in terms of power. It's just unbelievable what he can do. And next week, Luke Cage will face Shao Kahn. This time, there's not barbed wire. It's not just a normal match. It is Rage in a Cage 3. All steel cage matches returning for episode 14, so tune in next week for that. It's going to be a crazy show. I'm telling you right now, because I'm looking at the card that we're going to have. That's going to be a top-of-the-line premium live event next Monday. And then we'll be building up to the finale, and we're based on the results of that next match or the next show, we're pretty much going to know what the finale is going to look like. So it's getting interesting to see the end of this season. Thank you all for watching. Have a good, hardcore Monday.